Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first session of our January intake. So if you are starting university in January or even returning to us and thinking, let me just catch up on what's going on, welcome and welcome back. Welcome to the University of Leicester if you are starting with us. And this session is going to be all about Succeed, which is, well, I'll explain actually. We will be going through a few different things in this session. So first of all, my name is Charlotte Barrett. I'm a Student and Education, Equity, Diversity and Inclusion Project Manager here at the university. So I help to make sure that we are including our students in everything we do. Tend to work more with sort of the people who work at the university, other members of staff, but we also do some work with students as well. So you might see me around. So if you are watching this and you think you want to say hello, you see me on campus, give me a wave and say hello. So don't be afraid to do that. I will say one of the things I want you to think about is how prepared do you feel about university? You can let us know in the chat, you can pop it into comments and things like that. Or we do have actually sort of little surveys that go around as well who ask sort of how you feel about before you start. But for the moment, we'll move on and I'll tell you all about what's going to happen. First of all, congratulations. Like I said, welcome to the University of Leicester. Well done on getting onto your course. Make sure that you are taking advantage of every little thing that you can do here while you're here. I was a student here myself, and I really enjoyed it. I was a distance learning student and then a part-time PhD student. So I have been a student here and I've worked here for quite a long time now, nearly 15 years. So Leicester is a great place to be and a great place to study, whether you are here physically in the UK or in Leicester itself, or if you are like joining us remotely from, it could be 2 miles down the road to sort of all the way on the other side of the world. So well done on getting onto your course. I know you might be sat there thinking, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? How is it all going to work? There's going to be a lot of information. And this is where Succeed at Leicester comes in. So one of the things that we believe is that we should make sure that we are giving you the right information at the right time. So Succeed at Leicester is all about us sort of working with you throughout your course, whether that is a year, 3 years, 6 years, or however long you choose to stay with us. Making sure that we're giving you the right information at the right time. A lot of the time, you think there's a lot going to be going on. It's all quite overwhelming. It's okay. If something doesn't stick first time, you're going to be told it again. So if you're thinking, oh, I didn't quite understand that thing, do ask. But we do have a whole bunch of resources to help you out as well. And that is what Succeed at Leicester is all about. So this week, starting today with this session, there is going to be at least one session per day until Friday between 4 and 5 o'clock UK time, so GMT, which I think we say on GMT, we're not in the summertime yet, where we will have different topics that we'll go over to help get you started. So, for example, tomorrow we've got sessions for distance learning students, and we've got a session for our international students. So if you are a campus-based international student, tomorrow is going to be a really good session for you, where you can find out what kind of support you have on campus, and where you can go and meet people who maybe people who aren't on your course, and find out what goes on here. The distance learning session will basically cover a lot of information on how you can access support as a distance learning student, and also just find out what's going on. Because while you might be somewhere else and not here physically, you are still one of our students and part of our student body. So it can be lots of things in there to find out. Wednesday, for example, we have a session which is called Where is my timetable and other useful information. This is quite a popular session, and we will tell you how to find your timetable. It seems to be one thing, so we say check your timetable, check your email, and quite often you're sat there thinking, where do I even find that? So we will be going through lots of little bits of jargon and useful hints and tips. So this goes on all of this week. In September, when we do this for our September starters, we do it for a whole month. So there are recordings as well. So I will tell you where to find those to access it. And if at any time you've got a question, then please do let us know. There is a Blackboard page, which I will explain about in a moment, where all the recordings are kept and you'll be enrolled on that automatically. So Blackboard is our virtual learning environment, and you'll find lots of information on there. So again, if you're not sure what's going on, have a quick look at that. Just sort of read through, watch some recordings. You'll see my face quite a lot. You'll see a lot of other staff members who are there to help you that you'll start to recognise around the campus. So it's all about support. And it isn't just about academic support. We're here to help you settle in as well. So like I said, you could be coming all the way to Leicester to join us, or you could be living a mile down the road, 100 miles away, 1,000 miles away even. It could be, we just want you to know that there are people here to help you while you settle in. And whether that is settle in mentally or physically or both, there are lots of sessions and lots of information there for you. So we have lots of different sources of information available and lots of different places where you can go and get some support. So you don't have to be moving here. There's lots of things that still apply to you as well. And there is something for everyone. So I know that a lot of people starting now might be starting on postgraduate courses. You might be starting an undergraduate distance learning course. And we actually have, we do say from 8 to 80, 18 to 80, but actually our youngest student was 12 and our oldest student graduated at 86. So it's never the wrong time to learn, I think. So we will make sure that you have the appropriate information that you need for what you're doing at the time. I cannot stress enough that asking questions is really important. If you're watching the recording, then you might want to be asking questions on the discussion board that we have, or looking for the right place. There's all sorts of places where you can ask questions, and I'm going to cover a few of them now. So you might meet student ambassadors during your first week. You can have tours of campus, and there's all sorts of activities going on when you get here. And it might be that you're here already and you're watching this, or it might be that you're planning on travelling in the next week or so. But there are usually student ambassadors around, and sometimes we have student ambassadors in our sessions. Do feel free to ask questions. If we don't know the answer, we'll make sure we find somebody who does. So I mentioned Blackboard, I mentioned recordings. As soon as you register online, you will have access to obviously your email, your calendar, which has your timetable in it, but also Blackboard. So Blackboard is like I said, the virtual learning environment, and there you will be automatically enrolled onto a page called Essential Skills to Succeed. That's where all these recordings live, and that is also where recordings from previous sessions are there. And I'll say, weirdly, future sessions, all the sessions will be on there. So if you are watching this as a recording, you should already probably be on the Essential Skills to Succeed Blackboard page. Have a look through, work out what it is that you're interested in. So not every single session will apply to you, because we have sessions specifically for campus-based students, undergrads, postgrads, distance learners, PhD students, if you want to spend a lot of time in the library, all sorts of things, or commuter students, mature students. Yeah, I could go on. There's lots and lots of different sessions, so you can watch the ones which apply to you. They're usually around 20 minutes long, and then if you do have any questions, you can get in touch or look at some of the options on who you need to speak to. We've also got a whole lot of sessions which were recorded around academic study skills as well. So there's ones introducing the Centre for Academic Skills, the Centre for Academic Achievement, and they have lots of academic skills sessions. They've also got things around like who to contact, academic integrity, use of AI, all sorts of things where you think, when it comes to it, you don't have to watch it at the beginning. You can come back and think, oh, someone mentioned this. I'm going to go and watch that. And that's going to be a good starting point for you. So it does start to explain what is out there and how we can help. And Succeed doesn't stop. We will be with you all the way through your course. So the information is there when you need it. That Blackboard page will be there. We'll be refreshing it, adding new content. Just keep that in mind, that if you're thinking, I've been asked to do something a bit new, I might go and look at that first. So there will always be someone around to help on there. And we do have a chatbot called Citizen, and Citizen can answer a lot of questions straight away, and then give you links to where you need to go or who you need to speak to. So Citizen can be accessed online or through the My UOL app. I'd recommend downloading that. Pop along on Wednesday. There'll be more information on that then. And basically, Citizen, ask it any questions. Opening times, all sorts of things are on there, sort of where to access things. So if you don't want to talk to a person, sometimes not everyone wants to, we do have a Citizen as well. Just want you to reflect back at this point, and think about sort of like before we finish, do you think you come up to more of these sessions? Do you think that might be useful to you? Let us know. That would be absolutely fantastic. And just sort of think about like what you might want to see out of it. So as we go along, we do ask you for your feedback, and we like to know what it is that we're missing so we can help fill in the gaps. I'm going to skip over any questions for the moment. I'm just going to tell you what's coming up. So tomorrow at 4 o'clock, we have the 2 sessions I mentioned earlier, Succeeding as a Distance Learner, and I'm an international student who is there to help me. So 2 separate sessions. And then on Wednesday, the Where is my timetable? How do I find my email? And other practical questions answered. So they are all on that link. If you go onto the le.ac.uk /study/succeed, it's all on there. But you've probably, if you found this, you've probably found that already. And during this week as well, and actually during all of January, really, we have got a lot of welcome events. So there's going to be campus tours, city tours. So if you are joining us on campus, to be honest, if you're a distance learner and local and you want to come on a campus tour or a city tour or anything like that, you can do that. So don't feel like you're sort of like, oh, well, I'm not a campus-based student. You can come too. Sport and Active Life also have a Give It a Go session. So if you want to try out the facilities, maybe you've made a New Year's resolution, you can come along and give that a go as well. So there's lots on the welcome site. And tomorrow there is going to be jam jar glass painting in the Global Lounge. So come along, find and meet new people and give that a go as well. So thank you very much for joining me. I will let you get on with the rest of your day and just let us know if there's anything else we can do.